Well, hello everyone and happy Saturday. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. This is Lisa Freeman from stampingwithlisa.com and it is time for Date Night with Lisa. We're going to be stamping a couple different cards tonight. So we've got a twofer tonight. We're going to be doing two of these cards and we're going to be doing two of the other one. Well, there's four cards total, so we're going to do two tonight and then two on Tuesday. So we'll have two for Tuesday too. So it's two for Saturday. And hopefully you guys are going to join me tonight and we're going to have a great time. It's going to be a little bit of a longer video because we're doing two different cards. And I thought, well, it's Saturday night. Probably nobody's doing anything like me. So you have a few extra minutes. But, I mean, it won't be too long. Maybe 30 minutes. So get comfy. I'm in my pajamas, so I'm not showing myself tonight because I was just stamping most of the day. Then I went and worked in the yard a little bit and sat outside and took a shower and put my pajamas on, and I said, I'm done for the night except for my video, so let me get my computer going and see if anybody's actually watching. Hopefully somebody's on here. Let's see. Oh, we've got a bunch of people watching. Let's see. Leave a comment and let me know if you're watching. Oh, wow. We've got Maureen, Pamela, Marcia, Sharon. How are you guys doing? It was just gorgeous today. Absolutely gorgeous. That's why I couldn't wait. I was trying to get all this done in the morning so I could go outside and enjoy the sunshine. So what I wanted to do, my goal for these cards was to use the Delicate Dahlia set, which is my favorite out of the Sale-abration and probably my favorite set almost of all time. I just love it. And I'm really sad it's going to be gone in a couple weeks. And I also wanted to use this embossing folder and the framelets, yeah, I guess they're framelets. I don't know what they're called. Die cut frames. That are in the Merriest Frames bundle. It's kind of like a hybrid thing where you have the embossing folder and the die cuts together, and you can use them together, but we're not going to do that tonight because I tried it and I didn't really like it together, and I'll show you what I mean by that in just a few minutes. But what we're using, first, I'm going to be doing these two tonight and then these two on Tuesday. So here's all of them separated in case you want to see what they look like. So I was playing around with the foil. I've got, what is it called? The brushed foil cardstock, I think it is. I know I should always write this stuff down. It comes in bronze, copper, and gold. And I got the gold mixed up with the bronze, I think. I don't know if you guys can see the difference here. I thought this one was gold, and then I thought this one was gold, and I couldn't really tell which one was the real gold, but I think the lighter one is actually bronze. I'm not positive, but the other one is definitely the copper one, so I'm not sure. I don't know which one is the real gold, but I think the lighter one is the bronze one. I don't know. I can't remember what bronze actually looks like. I was thinking bronze was more like kind of a darker gold, but anyway, we're using both of those on these cards, and then tonight I'm using the lighter one. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm doing that technique where I use the sanding block to take off some of the color on the top. So we've got a technique, and we've got two Christmas cards. I don't know if you can see the boo-boo I did on this one. I actually grabbed the wrong ink pad because I wanted to do them all in the same Mary Merlot, and I grabbed Cherry Cobbler, and I started doing this one, and then I had two of them sitting there, and I glued this one down, and so I finished it, and I was like, wait a minute, that's the wrong color. So pretend that is actually Mary Merlot, because that's what we're doing tonight. So we're doing these two, and then these two next time, so I'm going to set those aside for a minute, and then show you what paper we're using. So the paper for both of these cards comes from the Tidings of Christmas paper, which this is in the big catalog. You might not have even noticed it. I did a whole class on this. Hey, Deborah. How are you guys doing? Oh, happy to catch me live. Yes, I'm so glad you got on here tonight. And Maureen, this is the first time catching me live in the evening. All right. Loving the cards we're going to make. I'm so glad. So this pack of paper I did a class with last month, and we did 4 cards using this paper. It comes with 6 different designs. So you've got all of these. I just did a snowman one with this one the other day. So you've got all of these patterns, and then if you flip them over, you've got these on the back. So it's really pretty Christmas colors. I think this is actually the prettiest pack of Christmas paper that we have this year. And it almost goes unnoticed because it's in the big catalog, not in the holiday mini. And I just love it. So we're using this one right here tonight for both of these cards. And if you want to check out a few of my other videos, I've got at least, I think, 3 or 4 other videos using that same paper. We're also using the Delicate Dahlias, which is a free stamp set during Sale-abration. You have to purchase the $100 to get this for free. And it is my favorite. I don't say that often. Ha ha ha. But it definitely is my favorite. All right, and then we've got For Unto Us. This is a Christmas stamp set from last year that carried over, and we're using the Merry Christmas out of that. And the other card that I had out, we're going to be using this Christmas Begins with Christ on the next time. And then we're using this embossing folder, which is the Merriest Frames Embossing folder. And it comes with the dies, too, that match it. So it's kind of like the seashell set, where you have the embossing folder and then the dies that go with it. So the dies match this, and I'm going to show you how I did that in just a minute. So let's get all of that out of the way. All right, so let's start with this one, and then I'll do the next one. So what you need for this one, it's a lot of stuff. We've got 5.5 by 8.5 Evening Evergreen. Hey, Audrey. All right, Deborah, your test was negative. That is awesome. All right, we've got 5.25 by 4 DSP, The Tidings of Christmas. That's what I just showed you. 5.25 by 4. Why does that look bigger? No, it's not. That's white for the inside of the card. 4 5/8 by 3 3/8. I don't normally do eighths, but I did this piece, and in order to get that back piece the right size, I had to do eighths. So this piece already cut out. It's 4 3/4 by 3.5, and then I die cut the color and contour dies, which I think are called scallop dies, but they're in that color and contour bundle, and I forgot to bring that with me, but I already did it ahead of time. And then you need a scrap of Evening Evergreen and a scrap of white, and then I already did the bow ahead of time, and you also need another piece of linen thread. So a little bit of linen thread goes with this. And I didn't really measure that. I just got enough to wrap around this piece. So that's what you need for this one. So get a screenshot of that, and then we'll get started. Hey, Marie. Made it to the live. Yes, you did. You love the card. We're doing 2 cards if you just tuned in. So 2 cards for the price of 1 tonight. And the price is free, so that's a really good thing. All right, so let's take all these off. And we're going to be just doing the white scallop piece for right now. Well, actually, I'll leave this other white piece out too. Let's get all these out of the way. All right, so this is the one that goes on the inside. So let me get some scrap paper real quick because I need to stamp off. This is leftover from my card I did the other day. Isn't that pretty? That's just the scrap paper that was behind the trees when I did that sunset one. I love that card. All right, so we're going to start with Mary Merlot for the dahlia, and you're going to ink it up, and this is the inside of the card, so we're just doing one of these on the inside, right on the bottom corner, and give it a good press. When you're using the photopolymer, you want a pad underneath your card. I have a whole pad of paper, so that's what I'm using. All right, then we're going to take this one, which is from that scallop contour die set, and I'm going to stamp one right up here in the corner, and then another one in the other corner, and we're going off the page a little bit. So these are just beautiful. I did it in that cherry cobbler first, and I was like, I think I really want more of a little purpley tone to it, so I switched. Oh, and also I got to do one more thing. So I'm going to punch out I've got the oval punch, the double oval punch, and I'm going to punch out a green one, the Evening Evergreen, or the scalloped. And for the white, I've got my scrap of white. I probably should have cut it thinner so I don't have to waste it, but that's okay. So it cuts out 2 at a time, but I really just need that small one. All right, so we're just going to be using that one. And then what I want to do is stamp the words on here in black. So I've got Merry Christmas. And we're going to stamp that right on there. Hold on one second, I can't see. So I'm going to just bring it a little bit closer. I probably should have stamped it first. Okay, we got it all on there, that's good. All right, and then what I want to do is stamp the dahlia on this. So I'm going to ink it up just like the top part and then stamp off and then stamp on this, the words. And I just want like the very top of it, and it gives it a really cool look. So there you go. So that's the words. Then I can clean that for a sec, and we're done with that color. Well, until we do the next card. So, and then I just want to sponge this a little bit. I've already got some ink on this from the Mary Merlot, so I'm just going to sponge just a little bit of color. And there you go. All right, so that's it for the Mary Merlot. Now we're going to go to the next color, which is our green. And I've got Soft Succulent. Hey, Karen. Hey, Lois. All right, so we're going to just do a few leaves in here, and I want to do them kind of off the page a little bit. It's so hard to see when you're like, when you have the camera on top and you can't like put your head right over top of it. And then let's do one over here. Like that. And then we're going to fill in with some of the flowers. So I've got the little teeny flower from that stamp set, which I love. And I'm going to do this in, what is this? Sahara sand. So we're going to stick that right in there. And one over here. And maybe kind of a little part of one right there. Maybe one right there on the edge. All right, so that looks pretty good. And then, let me see. I did some, did I sponge it? I don't remember. I don't think so. Let's just do a little teeny bit of sponging maybe with this. Just to give it a little bit of color in there so it's not like so stark white. And I'm not even putting this in the ink pad. It's just got enough ink on it from last time I used it. So it just gives it a little bit of color. And then we're going to put Wink Costello on here in just a second too. All right, so then we're going to put it together. So this piece goes on here. And I'm going to use the green glue. And stick it down. It was like absolutely perfect today. I went and sat on my dock in my bathing suit. And I had a really nice breeze blowing. I really missed my pool, but it was not too bad out there. I had a water bottle, a spray water bottle, filled with ice water to cool me off if I got hot. So I just kept spraying myself with the cold water when the breeze would stop. But it was pretty nice out there. Oops, I just messed that knot up. Shoot. Hold on, let me get another piece. That did not work very good. Let me cut one more piece. Let's stick it on here. I want the knot to be on the back. So we're just going to put the bow on the front. And I did the bow ahead of time because I don't know why I get nervous on camera doing that bow. But last time I was struggling. So I'm not doing that again. So I did the bows ahead of time. I had a joke to tell you guys tonight. Now I forgot. Well, I don't know what's going on, but I can't get this to be tight. So I'm going to have to tape it down. We'll just use a piece of tape. Because for some reason I can't get that tight. Alright, so let's grab, oops. Let's drop my cutter. Let's just stick this down. Let me snip it off real quick. And then tape that down so it's tighter. Okay, so now it's on there nice and good. Alright, so there's our linen thread on there. So then we're going to put this piece that we did the inside of over here. And put some green glue on that. Oops, I already took the lid off. All right. And then that goes on the inside here. I wish I could remember that joke. I had it all ready to tell you guys, and now I forgot. Oh my gosh. I just need to write down everything before I start these videos. It was really fun. Oh, I remember. Okay. All right, you ready? All right, so there was this farmer, and his son had gone to prison. And so it was getting to be time to do planting, and he had a potato farm. So he wrote to his son, and he said, I don't know how I'm going to be able to plant my potatoes and plow the field without you here, because he was in prison. And so the son writes back, and he says, oh, don't worry about it. Don't dig it up. He said, that's where I buried all my money. And so all of a sudden, all the policemen show up, and they start digging up the whole field looking for the money, and they didn't find a single thing of money. And then the dad gets another letter from the son, and he said, well, I took care of the field for you, and now you don't have to worry about me planting it because the police did it for you. I thought that was so funny, but I didn't tell it as good as the person did, but it was a really funny joke. So I'm terrible at jokes. I don't even know why I did that. All right, so we're going to put this one right here. Anybody else got a good joke? Hey, Diane. Hey, Michelle. I have nothing tonight. What is wrong with me? I should have written down some stories. I got no stories and a dumb joke. All right, so then this one goes on here with more dimensionals. So let's put that over. When I went outside to the dock, it was low tide, and I looked down, and all I see is like stuff crawling all around, and it was like a billion crabs out there, the little fiddler crabs. They're like little teeny ones with one big giant claw, and they were all crawling around everywhere. It's the funniest thing to watch them. I would think that would be hard to live if you had one arm that was like 10 times bigger than your other arm. I don't know how they do that, but I'm glad it's not me. All right, so now we got to put our bow on, and I've already done it. So I just took 2 pieces of the linen thread and just, I don't know, I just cut maybe 8 or 9 inches, I think, and then did a double bow and put that on with a glue dot. And I wanted to get it like right near the center of the flower, so it was kind of coming out of the center of the flower. And then I did a neat little trick. We have these now, which are the Brush Metallic Adhesive Back Dots. So I took some of these out, and this kind of matches that paper. So this is really the color of the paper. So this is copper, and that's gold, and that's bronze. But the paper, it's just harder to tell which one is which, because I think that's bronze. Like kind of a dusty gold, maybe like almost silver gold combined, but I don't know. But we're going to be using that one, this one right here. So let me get my scissors, and I'm going to put one right on the bow. So I'm just going to stick it right there on the top of the bow. I think that looks so cute, doesn't it? All right, and then put a couple of the little ones around. So let's do one right here. Oops. And then one down at the bottom. Like about, oh, let's do it in the center of that flower. That looks good. All right, and then we have to have some Wink of Stella. So let me get my Wink of Stella out and get something to hit it with. Let me see. I need like a big marker or something. Here we go. I love it, love it, love it. Can you guys see the sparkle on here? I know I couldn't see it on my computer, but then I watched this on YouTube. I just found out I can watch my videos on YouTube on my TV. So now I have a big screen where I can see myself, which is kind of scary too, but I watched it on YouTube, and it was like so, I mean on the TV, and it's so much better because it's a big giant screen and it's so clear, and it just came out great. So that's the first card. So what do you guys think of that one? Thanks, Sharon. Thanks, Michelle. I love it, love it, love it. Lois, you're watching while you eat dinner. I had a protein shake for dinner, like a salted caramel protein shake. Almost as good as a milkshake, but not quite. But I'm trying to lose some weight, so my pants are all getting too tight at work. Oh, and I found out some exciting news. They decided, since we are so busy, you know, I work at an urgent care center, since we are so busy and we are open till 10 o'clock, now they're going to start closing at 8 o'clock. So instead of getting out at like 12 or 1 in the morning, now we can actually get off maybe at 10 o'clock. So I'm really excited about that. That starts today. So I am really excited because I have been staying at work very late because I work mostly nights. All right, so this is the next card we're going to do. So card 2 coming up. So let me show you how I did this. So I didn't bring the embossing machine, I mean the, you know, Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with me, but I wanted to show you the plates that you need. So we start with, let me show you the pieces. Let me do that first and then I'll show you that. So for this card, the pieces are 5.5 by 8.5 Evening Evergreen, 5 1/4 by 4 of the designer paper, the Tidings of Christmas, 5 1/4 by 4 of the white for the inside, 5.5 by 4 of the, I think it's bronze. It's either really light gold or bronze, I don't know. And then this one is from that scalloped contour or dies or the color and contour bundle. And then this little piece is for the words, 3/4 by 1 3/4. And then I've got my double bow with the linen thread and the seam binding, the white crinkle seam binding ribbon. So that's what you need for this one. So take a screenshot of that and we'll get started. Oh, thanks Pamela. Thanks Marie. Thanks Diane. You guys are all so sweet. All right, so let's take all these off. All right, so now let me show you the paper part where you die cut it. So we'll set that aside for a second. All right, so the first, well, this is kind of a hybrid. So you can actually emboss and cut at the same time, but when I did that, it didn't come out very good. So I think I already put the embossing folder away. I did. All right, so you can actually take your embossing folder, take this and put it on here like this. No, that's upside down. Like this, and line it up, and then put your paper like this, and it will cut and kind of emboss at the same time. But I found that it doesn't really, it's very hard to keep it straight and get it through there, and it does not emboss as well as if you do it separately. So what I did was I did the cutting first, then I just embossed it. So first I cut, and when you cut, you want to have your base plate, that's the big one, number 1, then the die cutting, what is this called? The little thin one, the thin die pad. And then you have your cutting plate, which mine is awfully horrible looking. And then your top one. So we've got 2 of the numbers. So number 1, number 2, and then 2 number 3s. This is a really old one. It doesn't even have a number on it. I need to throw that away because it's kind of warped. And I do flip it all the time, but for some reason it's not working this time. I think I just need to throw it away because it's really old. All right, so this piece right here, I just laid down flat and kind of center it. And you have to do 5.5 in order to get the whole thing on there. And I think I cut this too short. You know what? I did cut it too short. Hold on. Yep, I cut it too short. All right, so you really need 5.5. I cut it at 5 1/4 just out of habit. So 5.5 gets you the whole thing on here. Mine is not the whole thing. But when you run it through like that, boom, 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 and then you come out and it comes out like this. Oh, you know what I forgot? You also can do the center part at the same time. So when you have this, if you put this one right in the middle, it will cut out that center, and then you can save that for another time so you're not really wasting it. So I did that at the same time. So then you get this one and this one. So it comes out like that, and then it just peels right off. pretty easily. Well, really, it does. There you go. All right, so you've got this couple little pieces stuck in there. And just pop those out. I think we got most of them. Okay, so then you get this. You can save this for another time. So I just saved this for another card. So now we've got this. And then you want to emboss it. So see how it's really flat? So now you're going to put it through the embossing folder. So you want the Stampin' Up side is always the top. The one that says Stampin' Up on it. So that's the one that's going to cut. I mean, not cut, but emboss. So you make sure you line it up. I do still have a couple little things in there. And it really kind of fits really easily in the right spot. And then you just put it back through. Make sure it's lined up right. And now you want to use just plate 1 and the specialty plate. So you're going to have plate 1, the embossing folder, and then this gray one, which is the specialty plate. And then run it through that. And when you finish, you'll get this one. So then it comes out all nice and embossed, and it's so beautiful. I just love it. So let me put all this stuff out of the way so I don't lose it. Okay, so now we've got this one and these pieces. So we're going to stamp our little white piece. Oops, let me get my card in front of me. All right, so the little white one we're going to do same as the other one with the Dahlia and Mary Merlot, same colors. Although this time the card's going up and down, so we're going to start same way. I'm going to turn it this way. So we're going to do one like in this corner, and this piece is smaller than the last card. It's the smaller of the dies. Ah, Deborah, you love this set. So do I. It is my favorite. And then we're going to do one for the inside, and this card goes this way, so I'm going to do it in this corner, right at the bottom. So that'll be our inside. And then we just have to stamp our words. And we're doing the Merry Christmas again with the black. I really like this little Merry Christmas. I think it's so cute. And we're going to do it right on here. Hopefully I can get this straight without putting my head on top. I'm doing it over to the left so that I can cut a little arrow on there. It's a little bit high, but that's okay. I'm going to let that dry for just a sec. All right, so we can kind of put it together. I'm going to do this with the sanding block, but it's easier if you glue it down first because it's too delicate to do it by itself. So I'm going to put this on first with the green glue. I almost hate to glue down the back of this because it's so pretty on the back too. But I love the soft succulent color. It just is so pretty. And I found that when I tried to glue this with the green glue, it didn't stick very well the way it is embossed. So what I did was I put glue dots on here. So I'm just going to take my Take Your Pick tool and just get some glue dots and stick on the back of this. Just kind of all over. You need a bunch. I'm sorry I don't have like a fast forward, a fast forward button. So you have to watch me do this. I should have done this ahead of time maybe. I'm not going to stick them on every single leaf, but just kind of all the way around. So it's mostly stuck. This uses a lot of dimensionals. Good thing I have a ton. These are my favorite ones. Now they've changed them and they're upside down. So instead of being like on the roll, they're actually on the paper that you peel off, which kind of drives me batty because I'm so used to them being the other way. All right, let's see. We got one there. We just need a couple more. Okay. Almost done. All right, that should be good. Maybe one more. Okay, so now we're going to put this on. And this card's going up and down, and I've got it like this. We just need to make sure it's straight. It is going to go off the paper just a touch. I only have one chance to get this straight because the glue dots stick pretty quick. Alright, let's hope that that is straight. Okay, so that's good. You can always stick a couple more under there if you need to. Alright, so now we're going to take the sanding block, and I got these on Amazon for like dirt cheap. I'll put the link in the description box on the YouTube video. So I'm just going to take it and sand it, and it's going to take off some of the gold. Now you don't have to do this, but I thought it made it look more like shabby chic vintagey, and it gave it a pretty cool look because it turns it like a little bit white. You still have to be a little bit careful because you don't want it to rip or anything. Oops. Alright, so see the difference there? I think it's really pretty. Just gives it some white in there with the gold. Alright, and then the words, I'm going to cut a little bit of an arrow on there, on the right edge. Oh, I do have something to tell you. I got a really nice email this morning from somebody who watches, and she told me a story. So remember my story that I told you guys about going to Panera's about a month ago with my friend Faith and my upline Faith? So one of the girls who watches my videos, she's also a demonstrator, she decided to do it at Starbucks yesterday. And so she went to Starbucks and made a whole bunch of cards, and she started giving them out to people. And she said it was like so awesome of a day. She just couldn't believe it because she was really nervous when she went there. She was afraid like nobody would want them or something. And I said, you know, don't even worry about that. I said, everybody's going to be thrilled to get a card. And she said, not only was everybody just like so thrilled to get a card, but also she ordered like a piece of pumpkin bread. And she ended up getting an extra one for free. So she went up there to tell them that she got an extra one and offered to pay for it. And they're like, oh, no, 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 you just keep it. So she ended up giving away all the cards and got a free piece of pumpkin bread. So she said, not only did I bless a bunch of other people, but I also got blessed too. So I thought that was really just a sweet story. So I love to hear stuff like that from you guys. So if any of you guys have done that with Starbucks or Panera's, oh, should have used an adhesive sheet. You're right, I should have. I guess I always think about that afterwards, huh? Yeah, adhesive sheet would be good with this, definitely. But that's okay. Alright, so I'm going to sponge this just a little bit. So I thought that was so awesome. Just think of all those people that she blessed with a free card today. And then she got a free piece of pumpkin bread. Just because. So I thought that was neat. So it's always good to spread the love to everybody. And no matter what, if you give something to somebody, it will always come back to you. So that's how I feel. The more you give, the more you get back. Not that you do that to get something back, but it's always nice. Alright, so I'm going to put this inside the card. Put a little bit of the green glue on here. Stick that inside. And a lot of you have commented that you really like having something on the inside of the card. I usually don't do that unless it's a dark piece of cardstock, but I think for this one it definitely looks beautiful. I should put a little bit of sprinkles on there. Alright, so then we're going to put this on the front. Whoops, I forget it's going this way. Alright, so I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of that. Just like 4. And then also a couple on the back of my words. I'll just do a couple little half ones. Oops, I got too many. I was outside on my dock, you know, laying in the sun, and I was listening to K-Love out there. And I had it like up high, but I don't think anybody could really hear because it's kind of far out from the house. And my favorite song came on, which is, oh, no, I can't remember the name of it. Oh my God, When Grace Called. I think it's When Grace Called. By, who is that by? Oh my God, I'm having like brain farts all over the place. Torn Wells. Torn Wells. If any of you guys have heard that song, it's like the most beautiful song ever. It's like When Grace Called My Name or something like that. All right, so stick this down on top. So I was out there singing like really loud, and I have a horrible voice. I'm like the world's worst singer ever. And so I was hoping nobody heard me out there, but I didn't really care. But I was just laying out there in my bikini. Not really, I don't have a bikini. That would be a horrible sight. Okay, so we're going to put the bow right here on the left side, right about the middle, and then stick the words in right next to it. Think about right there. And then we've got to put some Wink of Stella on this one too. So, ready, get something to hit, and start sparkling. And there you go. So now we've done 2 beautiful Christmas cards. Love them, love them, love them. Let's clean up my space here. So we've got these 2. And we've got these 2. You can tell the difference now. See, that was the Cherry Cobbler. And this was the Merry Merlot. I definitely like the Merry Merlot better. But you can't tell unless you put them right next to each other, the difference. But I just love that Merry Merlot is just like a wine, like a red wine color. It's so pretty. So, what do you guys think of all those? Love both cards. Which one do you like better? We'll just cover that one up since it's the wrong color. I'm just kidding. Love the Dahlia cards. Thanks, Tracy. When did you get on here? I didn't even see you. Hey, Audrey. You love it. Beautiful Christmas cards. I know. I haven't seen a single Christmas card with the dahlias. So I thought, I looked online and there are dahlias this color, exactly the same color with the wine. So that's what made me think of doing Christmas with it. And I have to use it as much as I can because it's only going to be around for like 12 more days. Since today is what, the 18th? Is it the 18th? Oh, it's 1 month till my birthday. Yay! Today's the 18th and my birthday's October 18th. I just realized that. All right, so I hope you loved this video. If you want to order anything, anytime, you can always go to my website, stampingwithlisa.com. This is the host code for a couple more days. I would love to have you order if you don't have a demonstrator. And don't forget, I've got all those specials going on. On top of Sale-abration, I have another special for every $50 you order. You get entered to win a free mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine or a $50 gift certificate from me. And also, if your purchase is $400 or more, you automatically get a $50 gift certificate from me on top of all the other free stuff you get. And if your order's over $150, don't use the host code because you want to get the hostess benefits yourself. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching with me tonight. I hope you guys had a great time watching. And sorry I didn't have any really good stories tonight, but I'll try to come up with something good for next time. I was trying to hurry up because I had 2 going at the same time, and I think we've been on here for like over 30 minutes already. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully it'll be beautiful where you are. And let me read the last few comments. Everybody says, beautiful, beautiful. Love them, love them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. And I will be back Tuesday with the other 2 cards that I showed you that are using the Dahlia and this embossing folder. And so I will see you soon, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.